Okay, today we want to talk about those seasonal allergies, asthma flare-ups, this sort of thing. All right, and so we're out here doing it. And in fact, even I had a problem with it a few minutes ago. I had to go ahead and take another shot of more. It's all over now. So if you will, please, oh, and I've got a couple of cards here so we can keep it very brief for your benefit and for mine. Well, let's talk about, first of all, let's talk about histamines. Now, when the body's immune system finds something it does not like, or it doesn't think belongs there, then it reacts. And one of the chemicals that it releases is histamine. Now, when it does that, then you get itching, you know, the sneezing and the hives, that sort of thing. Okay. Now, histamines, of course, are vital to many bodily functions. So over-the-counter antihistamines, and they stop things like runny noses, which the body is doing to cleanse the sinuses. Right? So the body's natural antihistamine, of course, is mineral C. So that's one of the three things that you want to be concerned about when you start dealing with the inflammation in the bronchial tubes and these little foreign objects that are being reacted to. Okay. Now let's go in there because we're talking about this inflammation, and let's talk about asthma at the same time. Now, asthmatics provide higher levels of what are called leukotrienes. Now, they're about 1,000 times more potent than the histamines that we were talking about at causing bronchial constriction. Now, these highly inflammatory leukotrienes are produced when an enzyme known as, we'll go into it, is a 5-lipox acts on a particular fat. All right, and that fat is called arachidonic acid. Well, let's don't get into that too much. All right, the conjugate, excuse me, and you have conjugated linolenic acid, which produces a precursor, all right, that prevents the closing up, all right, or that bronchial distress. All right, now all these things that I've talked about, like the arachidonic acid, the conjugated linolenic acid, all right, which produce icosapentaenoic acid and icosahexaenoic acid. Listen, all of that is in the oils. All right, and the whole thing now is moderated. One thing that keeps this thing from going overboard like this is what? It's the vitamin D, and the vitamin D is the trigger. It is an anti-inflammatory to make all these anti-inflammatories, all right, to give them that little code to tell them to go to work. And if you will, if anytime you start getting a problem that has to do with the asthmatic response, all right, or these the hay fever and this sort of thing, right? It's all controlled by what? I've just explained it to you. We explained it to everything we do. It's the docs. We talked about the vitamin D, the vitamin D3, the cholecalciferol, the oils, which is where all the conjugated linoleic acid, for example, comes from. That's the O, and the C, of course, is the mineral C. You're taking it all the time. Do like I did. Go in and get another drink. You just didn't have enough for the body to combat all of that. Okay, and I brought the cards and then ignored them and made a long speech. I'm sorry, but we'll go to something else next time.